Hello everybody, I want to give you a quick update on how my plants are doing.
Yes! Please subscribe!
Well, as you can see, some of my tomatoes have got nice little flowers on them, but best of all, have even got some tomatoes forming. So that looks great. I'm really happy with my tomatoes. But now on the other side of the garden, I've got these tomatoes. Now I didn't have anywhere to plant them. We planted them late after the frost had got to the others, and they seem to have recovered. But these ones we planted, and I didn't have anywhere else to plant them, so I planted them outside. They are undercover tomatoes, but let's have a look at these. Now these tomatoes, I didn't stake, I just planted them straight into the ground, and take a look at how thick these stems are. They are way thick. They're really strong. Now the plants have been stunted as a result, but if you look up top here, you'll see now the flower buds are already beginning to form. So I don't think they're going to produce a lot, but it is possible when the weather is exceptionally warm like it is right now to plant these tomatoes outside and seemingly get some flowers and some tomatoes. So anyway, we'll keep progress on how these go through the year. Well, this is my courgettes, or as Americans say, zucchinis, and they are doing very well. They've begun to fruit, and I think this one's almost ready for picking. This is another one, and I've got another one over the other side. Come, I'll show you where it is. And it has also begun to fruit quite well. So anyway, in here, I've got another fruit going, and I've got a whole lot of flowers forming. Now, I can see that's a female flower. It's not going to do anything, as is this one. But these over here are all males. And so they should bear quite nicely. I think, I'm going to have a real nice harvest of courgettes this year. I've only got the 2 plants, and because I know they fruit abundantly. So anyway, that's my courgettes. The other plants that I've been harvesting abundantly so far, and it's now been for weeks, are my spinach, and of course my lettuce, and they all doing very well. Now there were another 2 plants over here, but the slugs got them and ate them. But these are doing very well, and I've got a couple of pots of spinach and of lettuce over here, and a little more spinach over this side. And I think I planted too much because we can't even eat it all. But anyway, we've been giving some away to my daughter and her boyfriend and stuff like that, and they've really been eating quite a lot of that. Now the other plants that I've been harvesting have been the spring onions. Now these spring onions, as you can see, are really a nice size, and I've been harvesting out a whole lot. I obviously didn't plant enough, so I'm going to have to plant a few more now. My garlic, that's really doing well. That's growing on. I think I didn't plant enough garlic either. But anyway, so much to learn and still to go along. Then the other thing that has been doing very well is my cauliflower, as you can see down there. They're beginning to bud. Now, I've got quite a few cauliflower that is growing, and they're all doing quite well. The other thing that is doing quite well is the cabbage. This is a really hard ball, and it seems to be doing exceedingly well. Now there seems to be something over here that's stuck in here. Maybe you can tell me what they are, because I really don't know what this is, or how to treat it. But anyway, yeah, you can probably try and tell me what all that is. But anyway, my cabbage is doing very well. The other thing that's growing nicely is my strawberries. I've been harvesting a few of those. They're very sweet, which is quite great. They haven't come up as much as I wanted to, but they are coming up, and I am getting a harvest out of them. I have planted some marigolds, sort of to detract for the green fly and the slugs and stuff like this. They've coming up very well, and they've done exceedingly well so far. The other plant that has done quite well is my cucumber, and this is doing over here. As you can see, there's a nice one forming over here, and at the back there, and there's a couple more that are budding. Now I've got a couple of cucumber plants, and they're all producing some sort of fruit as it is. Now, along with the cauliflower, I also planted a whole lot of Calabrese. Now the Calabrese I have been harvesting. This is one sort of head I haven't harvested yet. There's a couple I haven't harvested, but of course with Calabrese, where I have harvested a whole lot more heads have been showing up around there, so I should get a second harvest. I'm really happy with my Calabrese, a really healthy vegetable, and it's going quite well. Of course, then I've got my onions. Now they're doing quite well. I haven't felt any growth around the bases yet. This one seems to be starting to get some sort of growth around there, but the onions seem to be doing quite well. At least on the top they are doing well, and I'm quite happy with that. Now at the back here I've got all sorts of squashes. Over there, that one seems to be beginning to shoot a bit of a flower there. So I hope something comes out of that, and it'll be quite nice to see what pops up out of that. I have got them tagged, but they're quite dense and they're doing quite well. I'm really happy with the squashes. Where I am a little disappointed is the runner beans. These are my runner beans over here growing at the back. I don't know whether I was meant to stake them or not. They seem to have flowers, but no beans have come up yet. So anyway, I'm keeping a watch on those. They seem to be relatively healthy, and but I'm not really happy with where they are at the moment. Now, the one area that I do have a problem with is these peppers. Now, their leaves are not good. I've always struggled. This is the peppers that I was trying to keep over winter, but they've got this sort of black marks on them, and I really don't know why they've done this. Now, they were doing this last year as well. I don't know whether it's a fungus or what it is, or how I'm meant to treat it. So hopefully, you'll be able to share with me some of your expertise and tell me how to treat these peppers. Because even the new ones I've planted, you can see quite a few buds coming out. There is one pepper that's coming over here, but if you look in between the joints here, they seem to be going black as well. Now, I can see no signs of black on the pepper itself, so, hopefully the pepper will be quite healthy. But these little black sort of joints around here, is that a normal thing? Or should I be doing something to this plant? Because I've got another one here that didn't do so well. It got caught in the frost as well. And, we thought it would recover, but it hasn't grown really big. These are sort of snack bite ones, so they are meant to be smaller plants. Now, these are my peas. Now, the pea moth got hold of these peas, and it's done quite a bit of damage, as you can see over here with this one. Now, the pea moth lays these little eggs, and the caterpillars, when they hatch, they burrow into the peas and eat them from the inside out. Now, not all of them have been affected, but certainly I think probably the majority have been affected. But do you know how to handle the pea moth? Now, I know that next year I must sort of either put these under cover, but I don't want a garden where I'm covering it. I want a garden that I don't have to cover things with. So if I do have it in the garden itself, and as you can see with this one, it's the moth has really done absolutely no good to these peas. But anyway, I'll open this just now and have a look and see. Oh, those peas actually look quite nice. But we will see what's happening here, because the pea moth is a real problem with these things, and I've either got to grow them in the polytunnel where they will be out of the way of the pea moths, or I've got to grow some variety like mange too. But if you have some expertise or knowledge on peas, please just give me a comment on what I should do with my peas. Now, with the herbs, some of them have done quite well. The sage has grown well. I think this is the basil. That's done very, very well. These honeysuckle that I want to grow up onto the pergola over the arbor, I started sort of from a cutting, and this has certainly come up. That one over here, the stem is greening, so I'm quite happy with the way some of these have come up. The sage, as I say, has done well. I've got some nasturtiums here that I was given that I've got to now try and pot out and see where that can go, where I can plant those, because they are doing their job well. They've taken off the black fly and everything else like this. And these ones they had labelled, I think they had labelled them marigolds, but I haven't seen marigold. This is not a marigold. So I don't know where to put those. But anyway, I've got to get all these herbs out. It absolutely smells beautiful. The sage I am loving, as I do Oh, the basil, it's really, really nice. So I can't wait to get those into the ground so they can do their job and chase away the insects. As I said, this was going to be a real quick tour of the garden. I haven't covered all my plants, but that's how they're going. So if you know anything about, especially the peppers, what I should do there, and my peas, and of course that stuff on the cabbage, or what I can do to try and get rid of those pests on those particular plants, give me a comment in the comment box. Your advice would be greatly appreciated. And I thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe and share. Bye-bye.